Hello and welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga. We're going to do a practice that's yin yoga mixed with slow flow. So we will start out on the floor with some long yin poses. We'll bring it up to do a few things, nothing too terribly energetic, but just keeping it pretty mellow today. It's all going to feel really good. And then at the end, we'll bring it back down to the floor. So let's go ahead and get started in supported fish. And for this, you can lie back on your preference of blocks if you have blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use a towel like this, roll it up, and then have it come underneath your shoulder blades. So any blanket can be rolled up, whatever's convenient and nearby you. And you can rest back over it like so to open up the chest. So I've got it right at the base of my shoulder blades with the idea of having it behind the heart so it lifts the heart up. And then if you're working with blocks, and you can have 1 or 2 blocks under your back and maybe one under the head. Or maybe not, that's up to you. And it sometimes just takes a few moments to arrange your props to settle in. It can also be nice, instead of the towel, to lie back over a rolled yoga mat. Lots of different ways to do this opening of the heart. And you can begin to let the arms move around. So one of the things we're going to be exploring today is just really subtle little movements within the yin poses. So not really imposing any extreme stillness. If your body wants to move, let it move. Let the arms stretch out in whatever direction feels good while you open up your chest. And if your arms just are more inclined to stay still, then go with that. And start to feel the breath coming in to the chest, surrounding the heart, filling the heart. Deep breaths. And now with your next exhale, let the mouth open wide, let the jaw open, let your tongue come out. And releasing this and making your way into child's pose. So you can slowly roll off of your props and put them aside and climb on into child's pose. And resting here for 1 minute. And feeling your breath. And releasing to come into caterpillar pose. So taking your legs out in front of you, and I'll go this way, legs in front of you, and they can be as wide as your mat or narrower. You can play around with that width as you come forward, and you're also free to play around with support under your seat. You can put your towel or a folded blanket under your seat, or even a higher up support like a pillow or a bolster. And feeling caterpillar pose. I've been playing around with caterpillar earlier in sequences, and it might feel pretty intense. Caterpillar is kind of an intense pose, and it might feel like you're a little bit stuck sometimes. Whatever you are feeling, just kind of try and be with it and allow yourself to not have any aspirations toward coming very far down, especially if it's morning for you. Just feel the sensations. It's about what's happening in the spine, the lower back, and the backs of the legs. It's not about how far you're going. So good for the spine. And maybe you find yourself softening into it a little bit more as time goes on. And notice your breath and how it interacts with your body in the pose. How does the pose change when you're inhaling or when you're exhaling? And now slowly release and come onto your back for 1 minute of luscious rest. After that caterpillar pose, notice what you feel, what's happening in the physical body, and what's happening in the energetic body. How is energy flowing? Where do you feel energy in your body right now? And now hugging the knees, bringing them into your chest. Gently rock side to side, feeling your sacrum, your lower back. And now let's bring it into spinal twist, both knees over to the right side. And you can shift and arrange yourself once you get there so you feel comfy. Right hand can be on the knees to anchor them down, or you could just spread both arms out. And feel your breath here. And bring the knees back up to the center. And resting here at the center, let the knees rest against each other. Feet can be wide, hands rest on the belly. And now twist over to the second side. And release the twist and come back to center, and now extend the legs, spread the arms out, spread your whole body out and rest. And feel the effects of the twist. And bend your knees, hug them into your chest. And circle the knees once or twice in each direction. And now we're going to make our way up to hands and knees, and you can roll to the side first, or if you want to do something a little more energetic with me, you could roll forward and back a few times, and then we're going to end up in a hands and knees position and in dragon pose with the right leg forward. So this is what I call the waking dragon, where we're doing some yin-like play, but allowing more movement than we might normally in a yin setting. So we let the hips come side to side, or we can come with hands on either side of the foot. And this is really just your time to play with this general theme of lengthening the front of this back thigh, the front of this back hip, and feeling this wonderful asymmetrical back bend. So you might enjoy right hand coming onto the knee. You can kind of take a little journey with me. I kind of start here, and then I like to take my hands to either side of the foot, and maybe if you have blocks, if you like to be a little higher, you can use your hands on your blocks. And then maybe let the hands climb up on top of the knee. And let the arms come back behind you, open up your chest. And let your right hand come to your hip, and your left arm just reaches up. And then let the right arm come up. So you're just kind of alternating, reaching with one arm and then the other, like you were climbing up a vine. Good, and now releasing to the floor, coming into this lizard pose. You could let the front knee widen out into a wing if you want to. And any movement within this that you like. You can use your elbows on blocks if that feels better. And then taking it up and back into a dog pose, taking a little walk in dog. If you've got the blocks, you could always use them under your hands. And start to feel the upper body waking up as you feel your hips after that first side of dragon. And now we're gonna get ready to take the left leg forward. And once again, taking our little playtime in the dragon pose. Just exploring movement, exploring how to lengthen this space between the right knee and the lower ribs on the right side. You might enjoy lifting the back foot up and grabbing a hold. Not for everyone, but if it works for you, go for it. And then we can take the hands on either side of the foot, maybe using the blocks. Climbing up if you like. So it's yang-like because we're moving, right? You can open your arms back, open your chest. And now let the left hand come to the hip, the right arm up. It's yang-like because we're moving, but it's yin-like because we're not working on engaging the hips. We're not working on squaring the hips. We're just getting this feeling of sinking down, letting gravity do its thing on the hips. You can dip down into that right hip as much as you like, and then take it down to the elbows if that feels good, or elbows on the blocks. And stepping back once again to downward dog. Walk it out in dog. Use the blocks under your hands if you'd like. You can play with this wide-legged. I like to do this dog thing with the feet kind of wide sometimes. Wide as the mat. And now step one leg forward so that you end up in a wide-legged elephant pose, hanging here between your wide legs, standing. And we'll just have some time to play in elephant pose. And so again, this is your time to explore what feels good here. Maybe it's hanging and holding opposite elbows. And you could come into some side lunges with the feet and knees pointed forward, or with the feet and knee pointed out to the side. So different things feel good to different people. No, I'm not going to tell you which way to point your feet. It's about the hips, it's not about the feet. So feeling into your hips. If you want to be a little more core strengthening about this, you could get the hands off the floor and do some of that kind of thing, but we're keeping it mellow today. So if you feel more like it's a hands on the floor day, then listen to that. Let's take it into some twisting now, or again, your playtime. You could follow me or you could be on your own program here. Maybe a couple more twists side to side. And then a little more time to just hang and enjoy. And now taking it over your left foot, or whichever foot, it doesn't matter. We're gonna just do some warrior play here. So keeping the back leg up, and again, it's just a little bit of play time, one side and then the other, to feel this thigh getting juiced up in some way or another, and the arms can make some circles. And we can bring the torso forward and then back up. And then when that leg gets tired enough, change sides. Maybe dipping down into the back leg, into the back knee. Just exploring this idea of the warrior. Letting go of your alignment rules and just playing here. Torso can come back, you could feel some back bend, or you could come farther forward. And again, when you get tired, just go back to the first leg. Dipping down with the back knee, coming back up. Different arm positions, exploring. And back to the second side whenever you're ready. And now let's bring it into a plank pose. And feeling plank for a few moments. You could hover, or if you're like me, you might like a little bit of pulsing, a little bit of mini push-up action here. Knees could be down. And now let's drop the knees, come all the way down onto the belly, and take it up into Cobra pose, or a Sphinx pose if you want to keep it lower down. And take some time here. So this can be kind of an in-between yin and yang. Let's just see what we feel like doing today. And then coming on down and making your way into child's pose. As you rest in child's pose, feel the effects of that playtime in elephant pose and in warrior pose. And notice your heart rate, and notice the pace of your breath, the feeling of your breath. And now come on up and into Dragonfly. Our last yin pose will be nice wide legs in Dragonfly. So no wider than you are comfortable with. Don't max yourself out here, but come within like 20% in from your maximum. And we'll come forward. You might enjoy blocks under your forearms or under your head. And again, I'm going to invite some movement here. And you can listen to your body if you're feeling more like, I just want to be still right now. Then let the stillness come in. But if you want to explore a little, come side to side, maybe a little over one leg, and then the other in this kind of side bending. Ooh, my neck cracked. And then you could hover in the middle for another little bit. And you could face the leg and do a different kind of orientation over each leg where the heart stays facing toward the ground. And coming back to the center. One minute left to just be really gentle and maybe let things come to a bit more stillness if you've been moving. Now slowly releasing and making your way onto your back for final shavasana. Make yourself totally comfortable. Add any clothes or blankets to help your body be completely at rest and not too cold. And once you arrive here, become aware of the places your body contacts the earth and see if you can get a sense of softening and releasing even more through those points of contact. And you might just get a feeling that the earth actually rises up to support you, to hold you. And let yourself be nourished by the earth, by the yin, nurturing mother energy of Mother Earth. Absorbing energy, absorbing positive life force. And pouring out into the earth whatever you don't need, whatever you want to let go of. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. I'll leave you here to take your transition in your own time. And thank you so much for practicing with me. I'll see you next time. Namaste. Well, I hope you enjoyed this practice as much as I did. And if you'd like to go deeper with me, check out my membership community at devidalyyoga.com, where my community of yogis follows a daily practice calendar. And I also have Yin Yoga teacher trainings and special programs that you can follow for various needs. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe to my channel and check out my other yoga videos. Leave a comment down below if you made it through the practice and let me know what you thought. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.